Hey guys, Matt coming to you from the garage on New Year's Eve. Just got this bad boy apart and cleaned out. All three pieces. Oh my God. This was, if you've been following along, what I would refer to as the plaster disaster. Out here in Southern California, it is raining and cold, which it never is. And I'm used to mixing plaster when it's warm and not humid. And my son and I really, well, as you can see, made a mess of the floor running around like chickens with our heads cut off because the plaster was just not setting like what we're used to. You know, you have a predetermined idea of how your Ultracal is going to set, and when it does not do that, you end up doing things like wasting an entire bucket full of Ultracal. So I had to run out this morning. Thank goodness Nigel's, which is a local beauty supply makeup effect store here in Los Angeles, North Hollywood to be exact, was open, and they had actually both a fresh bag of Ultracal and a new bucket of, it's actually over there, latex, because this guy's going to be so big. I don't think I've got enough latex left in these two barrels here to handle this job. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys. The mold came apart. I did have to do some digging. There are a couple of like small little things that I'm going to have to clean up, but really not that bad. Like I've already smeared some clay in here just because I saw that there was a bubble there. I'll eventually mix up some Ultracal and dump it in there. One of the nostrils broke off when I was demolding him. So, you know, just a couple of little things. I kept the nostril. I actually don't know that I need it. Since these were foam filled, I think I'll probably just burn the backside of that nostril out and call it a day, but I won't know until after I have some latex poured in this guy. Yeah, for the most part, my three-piece mold idea has worked in theory. Oh, there's a little bubble there I got to get rid of. Has worked in theory. I haven't put latex in it yet. But what I opted to do was to leave the bottom side of the jaw as the top of the third or the second or third piece, so that this piece here fits right up against this, which allowed me to dig out this clay on the bottom, because this was a lot narrower, a lot thinner than this up here. And I was just doing my best not to have to split this guy down the middle. Ultimately, we'll find out whether that was a good call or a bad call. But there you go. My first three-piece mold. What am I supposed to do with it now? I guess I'll try to figure out how to strap it all back together and find a bucket big enough to handle this ginormous mold. This thing is huge. Yeah. So, the other thing that I learned in doing this, I use hemp to reinforce my molds, or I have. I might just completely switch, or just definitely never do it again on a big mold like this, because the hemp has so much volume that once you get plaster in it, or Ultracal, particularly when you're scrambling like we were to get this plaster up before it's set, it just bulks up the mold like in a massive amount. And then the other thing that I would do is I went a little crazy with this mold wall and made it really thick. I would just sort of trust it. It was the ears that kind of threw me on this guy. I've been sweating molding this guy for about 3 weeks now. So, but you know, luckily it seems like everything came out just fine. And worst case is if I get a pull out of this foamed and patched, and something is wrong with this mold, I can clean up what my master pull and then make another mold. But I'm hoping not to do that. I would like to really just pull all the ones that I'm going to pull from this three-piece mold, and then once it starts showing signs of being tired, call it a day. So there you go. For anybody who's been tuning in to my thread over here on Latex Mask Central, and what I'm calling the plaster disaster, because holy crap, I literally thought that I had lost the sculpt last night at midnight when we realized we didn't have enough Ultracal because we blew an entire bucket of Ultracal because of the weather. So anyway, there you go. Hope everybody's having a good New Year's Eve and good New Year's Day if you watch this tomorrow. or whatever the day happens to be when you watch it. So yep, there you go. I'm gonna go in and actually I'm gonna strap this together. Then I'm gonna go in the house and have a drink because I think I deserve it. My nerves are frazzled. All right, guys, take it easy, and I'll let you know when I get a blank out of this mold.